Hello everyone, welcome to the Simperion IAS YouTube channel. We'll continue with our discussion of the topic vulnerable sections. Till now we have already discussed the topic of women, SC, ST, OBC, EWS, and children and youth. We already discussed these topics. We'll continue with the other topic. Before continuing with the other topics, let's for 1 or 2 minutes discuss on the recent mains, the 2024 UPSC mains. We will upload a video. According to us, out of the 79 questions, including the case studies, the lot of questions, around 40% plus questions were repeated from the PYQ. We will upload a video providing a undeniable proof to show that UPSC repeats question from the PYQs. More important, and also as important as the PYQ is, important topics. We will give you an example. If you take last 10 years paper, there are 10 out of 10 times almost the question was on inclusive growth. 7 out of 10 years in the last decade, the question is on the land reforms. The 5 times out of last 10 years, the question is on citizen charter. I think 3 or 4 times out of last 10 years in the art and culture, the question is on Chola architecture. 4 or 5 times again out of last 10 years, the question is on urban floods. See, these are not coincidences. The few topics out of, according to us, 100 plus themes, 100 plus important topics. See, you can take again a topic of cyclones. Again, I think 5 or 6 times out of the last 10 years, the cyclone out of the last 10 years, 5 or 6 times or 5 or 6 years, every alternate year the question is on cyclones. These are not coincidences. So out of 100 plus themes, there are few themes which are more important than others. If you take economy, the most important are inclusive growth, the land reforms, the infrastructure, the inflation topic. These are more important than others. This year they asked question on all. Infrastructure they asked on the air connectivity and Udan scheme. Inflation, I think the question is on the food inflation. Land reforms, the reason for success of land reforms, only Simperion IAS material had covered this. Next, inclusive growth, again they have asked a question related to inclusive growth as well. So we will make a detailed video rather than wasting going through some institute. See, there is another trend, selling all the courses for 400, 500 rupees, 1000, so that it's accessible to a lot of people. Please don't think about the money. We are not saying you should go and join 1 lakh rupees. We are against both. But think about the relevance. Think about clearing exam. Don't feel happy by buying a course of any institute. So please think a relevance of that course. Please ask for the proof. So this is very important. Be logical. Be analytical, analyze yourself. Don't believe even us. Sit with the PYQs. Go and see how few topics are repeated. Go and see what are the evolution of the topics. If you take, say, topic of marriage, if you take marriage of family, if you take the caste, there is a common pattern. For what is most important in the recent times for the UPSC is structural functional changes. The structural and functional changes happening in the caste, family and marriage. Or is marriage sacred? Is caste relevant? There is a pattern to all this. So this pattern or the interest of UPSC, how UPSC asks question in each subject, varies from subject to subject. Let's continue with the vulnerable sections. Initially, in this we'll cover topic of senior citizens. We are given a definition, then we have covered the facts. You don't have to remember all facts. Whatever 2 or 3 facts which is easy, whatever is easy, please learn them, memorize them. Next is feminization of aging. We have covered a topic of feminization of aging and we are given few facts. Next, what is the significance of elderly to Indian society? Why elders are significant to India and Indian society? We have covered 5 points. Next, what are the issues faced by the elderly in India? We have given again 8 points, very solid points with the numerical data. What are the constitutional provisions for the senior citizens in India? Again, we are given 5 points. What are legal provisions that are for the welfare of senior citizens? Next, the schemes for the welfare of senior citizens. that is Indira Gandhi National Old Age Pension Scheme, Rashtriya Vayoshri Yojana, National Program for Healthcare of Elderly, Senior Citizen Savings Scheme, Varishta Pension Bima Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Vaya Yandana Yojana. We have covered 6 important schemes as well. See, we follow a very similar pattern. Our notes is very predictable, very crisp. We follow a pattern. Initially we give a data, then we give constitutional provision, legal provision, schemes, normally issues, if there is any consequences, what are the consequences of those issues, and what are the way forward, what are the measures. We try to cover the topic very crisply in accordance with the PYQs. After covering schemes, then we cover provisions for, next we have covered a national policy of senior citizen 2011. We have covered 5 points. We have given the provisions, and now next we have covered is what are the problems with the current scheme. But the government already has few mechanisms for the welfare of elderly senior citizens. What are the issues in them? We are given 5 points. Next we have covered what are the way forward, or what are the measures that is necessary so that welfare schemes or welfare measures meant for senior citizen becomes effective. What are the Niti Aayog recommendation, also way forward for to deal with the vulnerable section like senior citizen and their welfare. Next we have covered the topic of geriatric care, that is care for senior citizen, geriatric care. There is a PYQ question. This is again a PYQ question. Again, next we have dealt in the geriatric care. We have dealt with issues of geriatric care, steps taken already, the steps that are taken, and what are the way forward. Next we have covered a topic of silver economy. A silver economy refers to the economic opportunity and the challenges associated with aging population, particularly those over 60. It encompasses industries catering to the needs and the demands of the older adults, senior citizens, such as healthcare, technology, and also financial services. We added context, and also we are given one infographics. Next, what are the key initiatives? Key initiative is a draft national policy for senior citizen 2020, SAGE project, and sacred portals. Next we will continue with our next vulnerable sections, that is persons with disabilities. Initially we are given a definition of person with disability. Next few data points, what are the different types of disabilities. Next we are given the constitutional provisions for that can be used for welfare of person with disability. Next we are given a legislative provisions or legal provisions. Next we are given schemes or welfare programs that are meant for the persons with the disabilities. SDGs that can deal with the persons with a disability, the inclusive development, SDG 4 quality education, SDG 8 decent work and decent economic growth, SDG 10 reduced inequality. Please try to memorize the SDGs. That is very important. If you know all the SDGs, 15 SDGs, you can use them anywhere in the answer. So you will get a good points, and your answer looks more proficient and professional and effective rather than writing general point. It reduces health inequality. It's like it helps to meet a sustainable development goal 10, that is reduce inequality. Next, there is an act, Persons with Disabilities Act 2016. We are given major provisions. We covered with this with the help of diagram rather than a points diagram, so that it's very interactive and so that you can learn it easily. Next we have discussed what are the issues faced by the persons with disabilities. What are the issues? To discuss few, trouble in social participation, inadequate political participation, poverty, lack of access to health and education, unemployment, social stigma, exclusion and deprivation, dependent on others, lack of access to public spaces, unawareness about welfare programs, poor implementation of the schemes, etc. Next we have discussed a best practice. One best practice, that is we have taken an example of UK and we have discussed it. You can write that, and what are the way forward necessary so that all the issues or all the challenges faced by the persons of disabilities can be solved or resolved. after this, there is another important topic in this is mentally challenged persons. We are given a definition of what are mentally challenged persons, what are the problems faced by them, government schemes for the welfare of mentally challenged persons, and what are the way forwards. Next topic is LGBTQ plus. LGBTQIA plus, we are given a definition. We are given one of the infographics, what is L, what is G, B, T, Q, I, A plus. We are given infographics, very easy to consume for the aspirants, very aspirants friendly. Next we are given same the data related to the LGBTQIA plus. Next we are given legal constitutional provisions, Article 14, no inequality or equality before law, ensure equality. Article 50, no discriminations. Article 21, right to life. Article 39A, DPSP, promote equal livelihood opportunities for all. Article 42, again a DPSP, humane working place, promote humane working conditions, supporting workplace equality for LGBTQA plus, etc. Next we also dealt with LGBTIQA plus and also the sustainable development goal. Next we are given a legal provisions, discrimination of homosexuality 2018, Transgender Persons Act 2019, right to privacy 2017, anti-discrimination laws. Next we have discussed what are the issues faced by the LGBTQ community in India. We are given 7 provisions, social stigma, discrimination, lack of awareness, violence and abuse, limited access to services, inadequate anti-discrimination law enforcement, and rural challenges. Next we are given consequences of discrimination against LGBTQ plus, mental health challenge, economic hardship, healthcare access issues, educational disruptions, increased risk of violence, etc. Next we are given we have discussed 2 important Supreme Court judgment or landmark judgment related to the LGBTQ community. Next we have discussed what are the welfare schemes already taken by the government for the LGBTQ community, like the Garima scheme, Smile scheme, transgender pension scheme, Swikruti scheme, this is Odisha, transgender pension is Kerala, Mahila Samman Yojana, Madhya Pradesh. What are the way forward that can be, what are the way forward that is necessary, what are the measures necessary to deal with the challenges faced by the LGBTQ community? We are given 5 points, what are the way forward necessary. And then one of the important acts, the Transgender Persons Protection Right Act 2019. It's an important act related to the transgenders, the Transgender Persons Protection Act 2019. So we have given 5 provisions, and also we have discussed strengths and weaknesses of that act. Next, one of the current issues related to the LGBTQ community is same-sex marriage. The same-sex marriage, we had discussed the Supreme Court stand on that. Why Supreme Court stand on that? Next we have discussed what are the favorable points for the same-sex marriage, what are the points that are against, and also we have given few best practices in the world. What are the provisions of same-sex marriage in the USA, Australia, etc., and what are the way forward, what can be done. And we have ended LGBTQ, we have ended the same-sex marriage topic with a conclusion, very good conclusion. So this topic is over. So please, we will provide a link to our Telegram group in the description. Please join our Telegram group. You can get access to all the notes by end of October. Almost we'll upload all the notes. One of the crisp notes you can get access to compared to all the notes available in the market. Very aspirant friendly. We make notes based on the 5R principles, that is called read, reread, revise, recall, and reproduce. Our notes are made based on these principles. So please press a bell button whenever we upload a new video so that you can get a notification. And in the description box you have a link to our Telegram group. Please join our Telegram group as well. Thank you.